the 2013 petition for me has been discussed, by scholars. We gave the decision to universities because in this country there is no verdict from the Supreme Court that will be acceptable to everybody in this country. Because when you have politics of division, okay, like in that case, I remember very well that Jubilee thought I was going to rule in favor of then it was CORD.
Yes, CORD coalition.
Yeah, and they said there was a woman even who came to court to say that I was friend of Raila, and I wouldn't be, I wouldn't be impartial. Okay, the ODM or the CORD people, the CORD coalition did not respond to that at all. So we decide in favor of Jubilee, and the Jubilants give me a standing ovation when I go to swear in their president.
Jubilants, supporters of Jubilee.
Yeah, there were about 60,000 of them. When I got there and I was announced, there was a deafening, acclamation.
This was a Kasarani.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. If I had been to Kisumu, I would have been stoned. I would have been stoned. If I was in Ukambani, even in Kitui, where I come from, I would have been stoned because the Kambas were in court. They expected me, to decide in their favor. And that's a problem. Even if Solomon came to this country to hear a petition, he will be stoned out of town.
The biblical King Solomon.
Yes. There is no Solomonic wisdom when it comes to presidential elections. I'm talking about whether people will ever, accept the, the verdict, of the Supreme Court. And what happened when the 2017 petition was heard. People forget that the Judiciary Training Institute had done a lot of work, on elections. Even now, Judge Ibrahim, I think is the chair of the Judiciary Elections Committee. So they do a lot of work, they build jurisprudence, and obviously the Supreme Court in 2017, in terms of development of the jurisprudence and so forth, they were obviously better than us, in 2013.
You feel the court had more to work with? Is that your? Yeah,
I mean, in terms of development of the of jurisprudence, we made certain mistakes in 2013, which we are not going to discuss. They were the way we delivered the decision, I
was going to ask you that.
Because people want to wait and you kind of read. We didn't have time to write, so we just read the decision, which is law. It's okay, you can do it and give the reasons later, as they did in 2017 as well. But a lot of people who are asking questions now, they forget we were 6 of us. And we looked at the evidence, we looked at the law and decided. People also forget that we had asked, which is called Suomoto on our own motion, to have what is called a scrutiny. And it didn't, it wasn't finished. If it was finished, if there was time, we would have, probably made a right decision. And the last thing I always tell people who on social media or wherever, they always ask the 2013 about that petition, as if that's the only thing I did, in 5 years. I asked them. Now the person who lost in 2013 is a co-president. So What has he done for them? That's a question Kenyans should ask themselves.
Well, I don't think the Constitution recognizes a co-president. The law that you teach.
It doesn't, but the reality of politics, just like the people we elect legally are not the ones who rule us. They are enslaved by cartels and international and national economic interests. Okay, so that's the reality of it. Okay, so law does not exist in a vacuum, and so people should ask themselves, who basically think that there was unfairness. All I'm saying is that it's even Solomon in a presidential petition in this country will not be acceptable because of the politics of division. People will always see, particularly the ethnic, religious divide. Is powerful, and the people expect their baron or their leader to win.